Okay, so today we are still talking about true or false. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of these questions, and then you're gonna try them out on your own. So let's take a look at our first question. What is the best recounting? Again, recounting is just retelling a summary of the third brother's story. Which is the best recounting of the third brother's story? Again, just like a riddle, you want to read these questions multiple times so you know exactly what it's asking you. It is asking us which of these is the best retelling of the third brother's story. So let's go back and find the third brother's story. Always go back to the text. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see, and it's right here, paragraph 6. The third told of helping the village fisherman. He said he turned into a fish and jumped into the river. There, he turned back into a man and killed the big fish that were eating all the little fish. So, it's going to ask me about which is the best recounting. Why don't I try to recount it right now? Let's see. So, he helped the village fisherman by turning into a fish and then jumped into the river. And in the river, he turned back into a man and killed the big fish that were eating all the little fish. Okay, so here's a good recounting. He helped the village fishermen by turning into a big fish and killing the fish that were eating the little fish. Okay, let's try to find that. Let's try to find that one. Okay, he plays a trick on the fishermen. He pretends to be a big fish catching small ones. He's not playing a trick on them, he's helping them. I remember that because I just recounted it. He gets away from the fisherman by swimming in the river like a fish. No, he actually turns into a fish, and he's not trying to get away from them. He helps the fisherman. Yes, he does help the fisherman. He turns himself into a fish and then back into a person to kill a big fish. He definitely does that. That sounds right. Let's look at my last one. He becomes a fish. Ooh, that's right too. So that he can help the fishermen chase fish into their nets. Which one of these two is most like the story? What's the best recounting of this story? So you decide. It's not A or B, but it's either C or D. Remember, you can go back. I think it's paragraph 6 and decide which is the best recounting of the brother's story, the third brother's story. Okay? And let's take a look at this one. Which is the best description of the brother's problem at the end of the folk tale? So, I'm going to read it multiple times. Best description of the brother's problem, all three brothers, at the end of the folk tale. So what is their problem at the end of the story? The brothers think the rich man's story is the best of all the stories they have heard. No, I remember that. I recounted my story. The rich man believes that the brothers are the runaway servants he is looking for. Well, does he believe that? That's a good one. Let's see. Definitely has to do with that. The brothers promise never to tell tall tales again, as they know they should not be doing that. Ooh, they're trying to trick you. This does happen at the end of the story. They do promise never to tell tall tales again, and so you might go, yes, it's C. That happened. Uh-oh. Let's look at the question again. Oh my goodness, what is their problem? That's how it gets solved, but that's not a problem. Jeez, they're so sneaky. Yes, they do promise to never tell tall tales again, but that's not their problem. What is their problem? No matter how the brothers answer the rich man, they will have to become his servants. Oh, yeah, go back and read that story. It's either B or D. What do you think? The rich man believes that the brothers are the runaway servants he is looking for. Does he believe that? Or is he trying to show them something? What do you think? B or D? Okay? So, Spakura is narrowing it down for you. I'm showing you guys how to approach these horrible little questions. All right. Which two details could you leave out when recounting this story? So it's asking us which details are not important. What's not important? What do we not need? So let's take a look. We have the brothers tell their tales through the countryside. The brothers ask a rich traveler to play a game. That definitely seems important. I'll put a star. A tiger spit one brother out after eating him. Well, that was part of the story. I'll put a question mark. The rich man said nothing about the brothers' stories. The rich man told a story about missing servants. That's definitely important. I will put a star next to that. That's definitely not my answer. The brothers agreed not to tell any more tall tales. That's also important. That's the big lesson that they learned. So it's asking us which ones are not important. This is where we have to be careful. So the ones with the stars I have determined are important. So I'm going to cross those out. So which ones could I leave out? The brothers tell their tales throughout the countryside. A tiger spit one brother out after eating him. Or the rich man said nothing about the brothers' stories. So you have to decide which 2 details could I leave out. Which ones are not important. And I've given you 3. So you have to tell me 2 which don't seem that important if you were to retell this story. It's a little tricky. Do your best. Reread these sentences from paragraph 2. Whoops. The man will never believe our stories. Getting him to doubt our stories will be like rolling off a log. What does the word doubt mean in this context? So getting him to doubt these stories, dislike these stories, understand these stories, mistrust these stories, or enjoy these stories. Which one? What were they trying to get him to do? Dislike, understand, mistrust, or not trust? I don't know why they put mistrust. That's an advanced word, but that's what that means. Not trust or enjoy the stories. So you're going to answer this one too. And then finally, oh, nope, I think that's it. Good job. Okay, so this will be on your seesaw work today. And remember, you can watch yesterday's where I read the story again. The story will be up there for you guys to read. And I hope you have a great day.